come and have a good look yourself.
You've got a deal.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenaries.
Wow! Talk about hurly-burly! This place is busy! Ooh. We know that whatever the Academia lost, Osfun told us to try posing as Academia students while Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're well, given all the people that come through.
Welcome.
Hi there. We would like to ask.
Of course. Especially around this time of many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia. Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stretch. You see over there? Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since. If you ask me, the life of a merchant is better.
Those students.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on, especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting.
They're called Ain el Ahmar. Today, I heard.
wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the. I've heard that Ain el Ahmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if.
Wait, did you say 500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that?
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Then the only thing left for us now is to find a way in.
Whoa! Did you hear that? A niche field of research? And so, what's our plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying. Oh, all right. Paimon never thought she'd agree to parting with that. This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat somewhere.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss? Huh!
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunities?
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion.
All these guys talk about is...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared. The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too.
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A traveler?
Now's probably not the time to talk about that. Didn't the student say Eremites are wary of outside?
A student? Huh. What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos? Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Oh, Paimon can't stand...
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just...
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, as you can see, members of Ain el Ahmar are devout. Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. King Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion.
So...
Greater Lord Ruka Devata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land. Furthermore, she conspired with the Academia to cover up the truth of her actions, and create the merciful and benevolent. But the story doesn't end there, oh no. King Desh, mark my words, our god shall return. And when that day comes, all followers... If what I'm saying makes you shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret. I don't have anything to say to you Academia people about that. I think this conversation has reached...
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
Huh?
You again? Deranged Academia lunatic.
Yes, it's me again. I already warned you that if you listen to me, that address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting. Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence.
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing?
I told you the other day.
Ha! The boss made it...
Yes, and in no uncertain terms.
I'm warning you. Don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough...
If you're suggesting that we escalate this from a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your boss would willingly approach me. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your... Consider this. Have I ever failed? This guy is really out of his mind.
Okay, then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food.
Mr. Iman, there appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant.
Someone
who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say you're getting an excellent deal.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our... Plus, he seems to know a lot about what's going on around... He went that way! After him! Wait up! It's Al-Hatham, right?
What do you want? No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them, since they weren't able... All right. Goodbye.
Hold your horses! Since you tore through their...
Who exactly are you two? A student? Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had nothing to do with your...
Huh? Oh, yeah! She's really strong!
She doesn't even have a vision.
Maybe not, but she can still use elemental energy. Otherwise, there's no way. Those high-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting.
All right. I accept. Got a pen and paper? We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier.
So, since you were happy to give us...
You were willing to part with 500,000 Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now.
We know it's connected to the Academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in...
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information. This is what you've been looking for.
Huh? Paimon can't tell...
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can act...
That's a myth.
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, they were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha. But despite strict regulations, Some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them, occasionally, well, I think that about sums it up. Ah, so that's... With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Let's continue our conversation here. If you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling... Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of... I think she blacklisted me. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust.
Why do you want us to meet with...
Until you complete this task, you don't have quite... You two are outlanders who haven't been here for long, so Dory should view you as safe client. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after you meet her. She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for... I'll prepare some funds for you.
But we only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't...
That's true. Have you two heard of Elemental Sight? Oh? That's a surprise. Here are 2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same.
Try inspecting them with element...
How'd it go? Did you see anything?
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use, and using Elemental Sight is merely a stopgap measure.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the... Don't be cheap. You'll need to spend to catch Dory's eye. If there's any more... Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Orm...
Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also... The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory...
Looking at what Al-Haytham wrote, Dory's informant is a traitor near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
Hello. What are you two looking to buy?
Wait, are you sure you're remembering that right? Paimon doesn't think it was that on the paper.
What a unique palette. We have unripe Hara fruits.
Following the paper got us past the...
Ronak, these two want to buy unripe...
Got it. You two, please follow me. You two have a fascinating fashion sense. We haven't seen a customer wearing a Sumeru rose for quite some time.
Hold on. Let me think. Sumeru rose means common merch. No, look again. We're obviously wearing morning flowers.
Ah, my mistake. I do apologize.
Whew. That pop quiz sure was scary.
The warehouse is up ahead. Please follow me. Before I retrieve your products, I need... please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our Hara fruits were taken by mice.
Hold on. That's not right.
I'm sorry. But as things...
He's cautious of us. Let's take a closer look.
Before I retrieve, please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. Thanks. If better goods come, you look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
No, that's not it. The paper said that heat stroke is the answer. He's cautious of us. Let's take a close...
Before I retrieve your... please forgive me, but we may not have sufficient stock for you today. Earlier, many of our hara fruits were taken by mice. You look like you have some skill. Why don't I pick out some fruits that'll make you dizzy?
Yep, that's the right answer. But eating hara fruit that makes your head...
Would you like your hara fruits to be packaged in the Sumeru City or Port Ormos style? Wow, you two sure are generous customers. We'll be sure to package your products beautifully. Okay, everything has been confirmed. Miss Dory is waiting for you up at... Shoot, it's the Matra! Run!
What? The matcha? Where? Oh, Hatham said we're done for if they catch us. We gotta get out of here. We don't know this area, so let's follow that informant. He ran that way. Look, he's over there. Hey, if you're hiding from the Rishbaland tiger, come this way. Another password. Huh? Oh, that...
Here, over here. You can stop running now.
So you were the one who was calling out to us just now. But, are we definitely gonna be safe here?
These two good customers wish to buy some hara fruit, Miss Dory. And if there's nothing else...
Oh, very good.
Huh? Wait, you're Dory? I'm unsure.
Hey, what are you trying to say, Princess Pea-Brain? I can be scary enough, but it seems you two have actually done pretty well so far. Not only did you manage to find the informant, your reactions were also...
Paimon's not sure if that's supposed to be a...
I can't risk doing business with people who start huffing and puffing after just a few paces. No matter how much more. So that's why I prefer to have customers. It's your first time here, but don't worry. I won't ask too many questions. Even if as long as you have lots of round, shiny Mora, then we're all good. Ah, yes, of course, of course.
Wow, she has a trove of canned knowledge. Whew. She probably...
What kind of products do you seek, my dear customers? Don't worry, take this one for example. An analysis of the sociological ideology and dialectics of the Hilichurl.
Yeesh, who would want to be an expert?
Or how about the architectural... With this one, you can become an expert in historic architecture preservation.
Ooh, now this...
2 million Mora, and it's... Whoa! Of course, you are free to pick whatever your heart's desire.
All right, let's try the method that Al-Haytham mentioned. These, please.
My, oh my. You are blessed with a taste for both the exquisite and... Listen, I have a special offer for you two. If you spend just...
Say what now? Hey, did you hear that? Spend another 100K and we get a capsule worth a whole million! But All the canned knowledge we just bought is easily worth 500,000 mora. If we think about it. We've gone to all this trouble to get this canned knowledge. Aren't you even the least bit curious about how this whole canned knowledge thing works? We're talking instant knowledge here. Don't you want to try it yourself? Come on, come on. We still have around 100,000 of Alhaitham's Mora left. So let's put it to good use by finding something useful for you.
Excellent. Then please.
Hold on a second. Paimon thought we could choose.
Oh, but my dear customer, the knowledge capsules over here are worth 1 million more.
Oh, Paimon has a bad feeling about this. Let's use Elemental Sight again to check. So, what did you see? So, they're all worth about the same amount? Well, anyway, the Mora's already been spent, so let's at least try to find something useful. Let Paimon take a look here. An introduction to traditional Sumeru brewing techniques. Not sure we'd ever find volumes 1 through 7, but at least this knowledge should be useful, right? Dory, we'll take this one.
All right, very good. I'm expecting some new goods in the next couple days, so be sure to check back.
Our dealings with Dory went smoothly enough. Let's head to Wakala Funduk and meet up with Alhaitham. Hopefully now he'll finally tell us about what the Academia lost.
You two made it.
Whoa, there's so many people from the Academia here. Why would you pick this place as our meetup spot?
Well, Wakela Funduk is under the Academia's control, so naturally...
You're a pretty daring...
Relax. No one here is interested in anything we say.
Okay, we did what you asked. So, can you tell us about...
Before that, I have to ask. Why are you two so intent on tracking it down?
Yeah, she just wants to meet the God of Wisdom and ask her about something important. When we heard that the Academia had lost something that...
In that case, a short while ago, the Academia lost a knowledge capsule in the desert.
Wow, there's really such a thing as that? Hey, if we find it, do you think we could learn how...
I highly doubt it has any mystical properties, but it does indeed exist.
So, where exactly?
That's what we need to find out next. I won't deny that. I am investigating because I'm curious as to what the divine As you know, the Eremites in Port Ormos also have their eyes on it. Several brigades have been vying for ownership of it as of late. My personal finances and connections cannot compete with those of the Eremites. I agreed to forego ownership of the Divine Knowledge Capsule in exchange for the opportunity. However, there are those who are less amenable to negotiation.
They adamantly believe that the Divine Knowledge Capsule contains King Deshret's power, and that he will
So you kept hounding them because they refused to cooperate?
Yes. Ain al-Ahmar isn't exactly wealthy, but its members are determined to get that capsule by any means. So, I've been sabotaging their business to force them into negotiation. The Divine Knowledge Capsule should be up for a secret auction within the next few days. To ensure the capsule's security and to evade the Matra's notice, unless I know whose hands the Divine Knowledge Capsule ends up in, my agreements with them will fall through. Dory is the most reliable source of information, but that avenue...
In other words, you wanted us to befriend Dory?
Yes, you can say that. But the day after tomorrow, go back to Dory and try to purchase information on... If I get the opportunity to study the Divine Knowledge Capsule, I will relay my findings to you. Will that suffice as compensation? Okay.
Alhaitham, before you go, we...
You two want to try doing so right under the Academia's nose is a bit All right. This place works.
Here.
Sword fighting techniques 8. Huh. A combat.
Really? Ah, yeah, what a great buy!
If you want to determine the efficacy of this capsule, I can evaluate your combat ability. We can conduct a controlled experiment where you fight 2 battles. One before using this knowledge. While you fight, we can use an Akasha terminal to. There may be variances in your physical strength between the 2 tests, as well as a disparity in your opponent's abilities. But don't worry. I'll run statistical analyses afterward to mitigate any.
Wow! Haytham! You must, Paimon's curious about something, though. You definitely weren't one of those students who needed canned knowledge to graduate from the academia, right?
When you are unable to understand a researcher's actions, most cases. All right, let's begin the test.
Time to go!
All right. I'll link your Akasha to. The next step is hold it in your hand. I'll have.
Hey, how are you feeling? You mean that it worked?
All right. Time for round 2.
Motion to compel.
Now, I'll start.
Haytham,
Well, the knowledge capsule you purchased did improve her combat capability.
wait. How much? Dory's such a jerk! She...
Of course, this could be because she is so powerful that the capsule's contents were unable to produce a substantial. At the very least, this test allowed me to gain more insight into you two. I'm heading back to Ikela Funduk. I await your response in 2 days' time. This is more.
Let's see Dory today and ask her about where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is.
History is sometimes even more exciting than
Trust me, I'll find you your perfect color.
Here, over here!
Welcome back, my loyal patrons. You name it. Canned knowledge, supplies, or anything else you
Can you really get it?
Uh-huh. So it appears that canned knowledge alone is no longer sufficient for your opulent appetite. Then please, oblige me. Tell me what you... Oh! I knew customers with... But you know, that kind of... After all, I had to work really hard to weasel my way into the auction site. Not to mention...
But how can we be sure your information is accurate? Paimon's curious.
Because to me, anything of value is what I consider to be my supply. As for the information's authenticity, well, you've no need to worry about that. I used a camera to take a picture of the transaction. That way, no one can dispute it. It's always a pleasure doing business with such sterling patrons. Now that you've paid in full, here's the scoop. The Divine Knowledge Capsule was purchased yesterday.
Ain El Ahmar?
Ah, so you're already from... The group has done everything in their power to obtain the Divine Knowledge Capsule. After all, they believe it contains the power of King Deshret. That Divine Knowledge Capsule is unlike any other The capsule is clearly visible in the picture I took.
Thanks for the info.
Please, it's my pleasure. It's all thanks to discerning
Well, we figured out where the Divine Knowledge Capsule is. Turns out, it ended up in the hands of Ain El Ahmar. Let's head back and talk to Al-Haytham.
Boss was right. These rugs are of the highest quality.
We got the info you wanted!
Really? All right. Let's hear it.
Dory even gave us evidence to verify the intel.
Huh, look at that. Clear as day. It must have taken some guts. All right. The person in this picture is indeed Misery, the leader of... In which case, if we play our cards right, when we...
At first, Paimon didn't get why you were provoking these Ain El Ahmar guys. After we defeat them, we can finally have a serious talk with their boss and get them to lend us the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
Thank you for your time and efforts. Take a few days off while I make some preparations. Let's meet up again on the... See you then.
Al-Haytham sure is taking his time. Where could he be? Oh, there he is.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's head to...
Yep, let's...
Al-Haytham. I knew you were crazy, but
It was I who demanded that these negotiations take place. This is turning into quite an occasion.
Back up. Aren't you the brat from the restaurant the other day? I'm not going to mince my words. Once we're done with you, you'll be nothing more than fish food. Get 'em, boys!
Uh-oh, here they come!
That's close enough.
A breath of the flame!
I'll be back.
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
As a good knight should.
Academia scum!
Boss! Finally! Did you use it? Great! Now we can... Boss? Boss! What's wrong?
What happened to him?
We have Dakota's Akasha connection, now.
Target acquired! Arrest him! Do not impede our work. Is that understood, Al-Haytham?
Of course. I was only trying to help.
Take him away!
World, forget me.
What in Tibet just happened? It's like that big guy suddenly lost.
It looks like he used the Divine Knowledge Capsule.
You mean the Divine Knowledge Capsule did that to him? Oh, yeah. You mean how some researchers go insane after...
I've heard of numerous incidents of researchers in Satyavada life going insane. The state that man is now in suggests that this is a This Divine Knowledge Capsule does appear to be linked to the gods. But beyond that, did you hear what he said? World, forget me. What?
If the mantra took him away, then that means the Academia got the Divine Knowledge Capsule back, too. Still, Paimon didn't expect the Divine Knowledge Capsule would be so...
As things stand, there is no reason for me to remain in Port Ormos.
Oh, we were so busy trying to find the Divine Knowledge Capsule that Paimon forgot...
Truthfully, I don't. Lesser Lord Kusanali appears to exist. Moreover, since the Academia possesses the Akasha, a symbol of...
everything about...
I'm heading back to the Academia.
It's almost the day of the Sub-Zeros Festival. Maybe we should head back, too. We've been rushed off our feet over the past few days, so maybe a little rest and relaxation will do us good. Then we'll part ways here, Al-Haytham, until we meet again.
Now, do I deal with this thing first? Or should I produce the report that the higher-ups require?